The previous video in the Power Rangers series was basically some sort of an introduction to the number of videos that will keep coming in the future. And of course, this series is going to be the most legendary series on the channel ever made. Power Rangers has been the most iconic, or let's say the most memorable cartoon of my life. Perhaps besides Transformers maybe. And I have lots of memories to share. This video will largely be delving into some of the best couples, some of the best Red Rangers, the best Sixth Rangers, the Pink Rangers, and the comedic relief Bulk and Skull, and of course another mention would definitely go to the best worst seasons, and of course some parts about the Megazords as well. This is going to be a very long playlist, guys. I'm going to make lots of videos for the next 2 months. I hope you watch them, and please subscribe to my channel for more Power Rangers content or any other content that you want to. So without any further delays, guys, let's begin the proceedings of the day and go on a more phenomenal journey. My most favorite Power Rangers couple would definitely have to be Wes and Jen from Time Force. Their story is one that has stuck out like a sore thumb, and in a good way of course, and has managed to captivate my interest for so long now. People generally tend to pick out Tommy and Kimberly or any other couple from the Power Rangers series, but Jen and Wes have held on a very special place in my heart ever since I first saw Time Force back in 2014 as a kid. Time Force's entire arc was basically about Jen and the gang going back in time to Alex's ancestor to get the Chronomorphers unlocked and bring back Ransik into the year 3000. Of course, Jen and Wes started off on a very rocky note, and there were episodes of them not exactly keeping up with each other together, and somehow towards the end of the series they confess their love for each other and they become a very good couple. You know, if there's one thing I've loved about this couple so much, is their arc is very drastic. Sometimes they are completely at loggerheads, sometimes they're together, and at the end they become very close to each other. And of course, we can see glimpses of this romance even in the next season, that is Power Rangers Wild Force. If you remember the episode series Reinforcements from the Future part 1 and 2, where we see that Mutorgs, basically a combination of mutants and Orgs, are part of some weird scheme that happened way before Time Force even existed as a TV show. And of course, how are the Wild Force Rangers and the Time Force Rangers supposed to combat them? That was the entire part of the series, but there you see that their romance is still intact and going well. This has to be one of the best Power Ranger romances ever, and I would rank it high up than even Tommy and Kimberly. Another special mention would definitely go for Bulk and Skull. I mean, who has to really say that Bulk and Skull are one of the best duos in Power Rangers? Almost everybody. Their chemistry together was one of the finest things about the Mighty Morphin seasons. Of course, Zeo, Turbo, and of course even in Space and Lost Galaxy as well. These two guys have been the face of Power Rangers for a very long time now, and even after the entire original gang went away by the time Turbo rolled out, Bulk and Skull were the biggest reason why I even watched Power Rangers Turbo. Of course, I do remember that for a part of the season they were turned into chimps, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know how that happened, so I need to go back and check out Turbo again. But Bulk and Skull were a very bumbling duo. From finding out the identity of the Power Rangers to actually joining them in battle in the episode series Countdown to Destruction part 1 and 2, I definitely have to say that these guys are stuck around for a very long time in Power Rangers now. And the best part is that Skull managed to become, or I'll say Bulk managed to become, a Power Ranger as well in Power Rangers Hyperforce, which by the way is some sort of a multiplayer game or some sort of an online show or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, we get to see Bulk and Skull in the Forever Red special, where we see he's handing over the phone to Tommy Oliver in that episode, if I'm not mistaken. And there are some deleted scenes as well, if I know. Then you also have Skull coming back in Power Rangers Samurai as well towards the end, along with Bulk, who was a very big season regular. He was trying to train Skull's son apparently, and that was a very good arc for them. Nonetheless, Bulk and Skull have to be the most iconic Power Rangers duo, and there's no second mentions about that. My most favorite Megazord could definitely be the Dino Thunder Megazord, and of course the entire Zord lineup from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. You know, I have watched Dino Thunder a multiple number of times as a child, and of course it has had a massive impact on me through the years that I've grown up, because Legacy of Power happens to be one of my favorite Power Ranger episodes of all time, apart from episodes like Forever Red or Legendary Battle, just because they bring back the older Rangers though. And of course the Dino Thunder Megazord has been a very big part in my entire life, considering the cool design and of course the individual Zords as well. The Tyrannosaur, the Tricerazord, and of course the Pteranodon Zord has been a very good match. Of course, I love them aesthetically, and the beauty of those Zords is that they're very simple and easy to look at. The auxiliary Zords like the Brachiozord, the Parasaurolophus Zord, and of course the Ankylozord, they were also cool. And there was also a Pachysord, if I'm not mistaken. That was also cool. Almost every single Zord in this entire episode series was very attractive, and I do hope I can buy them in the toy versions someday. Although one Zord that particularly sticks out like a sore thumb here is the Dimetrozord. The Dimetrozord, or let's say the Dimetrodon creature, wasn't even part of the dinosaur lineage. It was a completely different lineage altogether and a completely different animal that did not even exist parallel to the dinosaurs, but that is something my paleontology side is telling you, not the Power Rangers side. Nonetheless, Dino Thunder Megazords and the entire Zord lineup from that season has to be my favorite Megazord and Zord line, period. The best Red Ranger in my opinion would definitely be Cole Evans from Power Rangers Wild Force. Now this is a very different kind of season, considering it's the last time we see Power Rangers being produced by Saban brands, and of course the idea that now again we'll not have any connections to the main line of Power Rangers because Ninja Storm is a completely different thing of its own. Nonetheless, I do think Cole Evans was a great Red Ranger. He had a very tragic past, a very tragic childhood, and of course he was a very good hero, and in times of despair, or let's say grim situations, he was the most motivated guy to bring the team out of the rut, and his presence in episodes like Forever Red and Reinforcements from the Future Part 1 and 2 were iconic. I have to say this Red Ranger is one of the best Red Rangers because he has a consistent character arc and is very passionate towards animals, something that was very well established in that TV show as well. And the thing that struck out the most in my opinion would definitely be his compassion towards Dr. Victor Adler, or Master Org if I'm not mistaken, even after knowing that he did very unspeakable things to his parents. Towards the end of this TV show, we see that Cole has managed to make amends with Dr. Victor Adler's soul, and he also lays flowers on his grave as well. This is a very unexpected turn for a Power Rangers character, but nonetheless, this is one thing that gave away the whole Power Rangers vibe for me. So, Cole Evans, you're my favorite Red Ranger. My personal favorite season of all time is Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Hands down Dino Thunder. The Megazords, the characters, Jason David Frank, the story was very cool. I do agree the idea that Dino Thunder basically looks like some sort of a direct continuation to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, except with Tommy in a different phase of his life. But although he was somewhat of a secondary character in the entire TV show, a part of which he also did with his morphed mode on instead of showing his real face, and he also turned invisible in one of the episodes if I'm not mistaken. But this TV show was great. I liked everything about it. The morphers, cool. The theme song, cool. The Megazords, the Battleizer mode, everything about it was cool. And this was the only TV show of the entire Power Rangers lineup which I loved deeply down the core because somehow I enjoyed it that much. Nonetheless, this concludes the point for the best Power Rangers season of all time, and also the best ever season made. Perhaps the most darkest Power Rangers season could honestly be RPM. Every character is well fleshed out. Every character has a backstory. There is a very wild and let's say a very dark kind of story where the entire world has been bumped off by a computer virus and it has taken control of the entire world, but there's only one place which is safe, and our only hope is Power Rangers RPM. That entire theme song is very cool. There have several different openings. The Megazords are cool, the Morphers are cool, the storylines are very good, and how can I ever forget the classic ending of the series? The idea that Venjix managed to survive in the Red Ranger's cell-shift morpher and he was still around in the morphing grid for a very long time, that has to be a very shock ending for a Power Rangers TV show. Most of the time Power Rangers ends up on a very good, or let's say a very bittersweet note, but this was a season that completely amped up the quotient by going an ambiguous way, something that would be later resolved in the Hasbro era of Power Rangers. I literally love this TV show. The toys were cool, the Morphers were cool, the Megazords were cool, the Black Rangers arc was a very good arc, and of course, having owned a small Megazord of the TV show myself, I can tell you this has to be the coolest Power Rangers toy line to ever exist. That's it for the video. Perhaps the worst season of Power Rangers would definitely be Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. There's no arguments on that. Too many characters, too many villains, lots of subplots that never make sense, and of course, very loose writing. The TV show is nothing but Indiana Jones with Power Rangers, but it never really looks good. Guess why? Because they never wanted it to be good. The costumes were good, okay. The Megazords, very collectible, okay. But then again, the theme song does not look good. For some reason, I did not connect with the theme song at all. And on top of that, the Once a Ranger episode was the only saving grace for this entire TV show. Apart from that, I do not think there's anything likable about it. The characters sometimes are way too annoying, and also there are just too many villains to focus on, and you cannot really pinpoint yourself onto one villain, but for some reason it just does not look good. I mean, I could not vibe with it, I could not connect with it. For that reason, I would definitely say that Overdrive deserves the title of the worst season of Power Rangers. So this, my friends, was the second video of the Power Rangers series, and I hope to like this one. The third video will generally be a very big video about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, after which we will go into the other series as well. I'll try to bring videos more often as possible so that I compensate on the timing for other videos as well. My Terminator tribute video is stuck because I have some job applications and internship requirements. As a result, I'm unable to manage that. Nonetheless, I'll do that and get back to the Power Rangers series very soon. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Whoever has watched it up until this point, please keep collecting physical media. Like I tell you, it's the best and the most amazing way to protect movies for long. Follow me on all my social channels, and without a further delay, Godspeed everybody, take care, and bye bye.